Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American Hour. I'm your host, Clay Douglas. My guest today is Charles Stewart. Charles is the moderator of the General Congress. What do you call these things?
It's an email group right now, Clay, but we're anxious to broaden it out into other forms of communication. Such as we're also broadcasting on our little talk show page here at this point too. Phone conferences are an excellent supplement to email, and working together, I think we can produce a whole lot of involvement of the common people here.
And you have having the General Congress list, and I've been getting your emails for a long time. I'm a member of that.
Yeah.
And I was a member of ResistNet too, to get information on the Tea Parties, but they cut me off because the NAACP said I was a bigot, and I was using the Tea Party platforms to recruit people, to get people to listen to my show, I guess.
Well, everybody has different standards for who they want to allow in, and to my mind, I don't mind that because people with integrity will find each other, and I kind of, it's my own prejudicial view, but I think that's why you and I found each other, because we've got similar definitions of what's integrity and honorable, and, the rest of those goofballs, if they want to play their little stupid games, that's okay with me. When people like you and me and my friend James Fair here and other good men find each other and realize how much we got in common, and we can turn around and face the bad guys with a united front without worrying about one of us stabbing each other in the back, then we got a good solid team going, and we can go out and we can accomplish some really good stuff for the American people.
Okay, I need to kind of offer an apology to some of my listeners here. Yesterday, I went off. I lost my temper. What the opposition does. Now, keep in mind, folks, I've never tried to pretend to be anything I'm not, and I'm an old biker. I'm an old biker, man. And you want to fight? Take a swing at me. Take a swing at me. See what happens. So I went off. Somebody took a swing at me. Yesterday's show, I was talking about the murder of a friend of mine, an associate of mine, over there in New Mexico, by his best friend, another person that I worked with. And my caller, I asked I called somebody and asked him some questions that worked for that person, and he wouldn't answer. And he wouldn't even answer a simple question: "Are you Jewish?" I'm a human. Okay. You won't answer a simple question here. And folks, this was about a murder of a friend of mine. So I kind of went off. I lost my temper. But this is what they do, folks. They to discredit anybody that's trying to get to the truth. Anybody that's saying, I'm sorry, isn't Lenin and Marx, weren't Lenin and Marx Jewish? That was an executable offense in the Soviet Union. They're trying to get that here, and I don't want that. Doesn't mean I hate anybody. Doesn't mean I'm a racist. Doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic. I don't care what your religion is. Because that's protected by the Constitution. The First Amendment, we can't have a state church. You can't say everybody's got to worship the Jews because we're God's holy people. That's a state religion. That's what I am against. I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, Charles and I have been working, and the General Congress, I don't contribute a lot of that because people argue a lot over something that happened 2,000 years ago, Charles. I think... Yeah,
that's the current focus, yes. But there frequently is better discussion, and I'm optimistic that as the conferences start heating up and we start focusing on things in the phone conferences, that the email list will follow that, at large part.
I am, everybody reaches their own level of incompetence. I've been doing this radio show for 20 years, trying to get the information out. I started the militias, I started the Free American, because I didn't like the way our press, our media, CNN, ABC, and NBC covered what happened at Waco. All they did was take government handouts. We had to raid the place because this guy was a child molester. So we had to kill 17 little children to save them from this child molester.
Yeah, same as the My Life philosophy.
And so I started the Free American, and I started the militias. Now, in the attack by the ADL, the Southern Poverty Law, and now the NAACP, they want to portray me as a racist, as a bigot. I've had 3 of the most intelligent black men on my show in the last 2 months. I've had, and that were as least as good a guest as anybody I've ever had on. I treated them with respect. I do respect them.
Right.
And so all this is what this whole thing was about was to try to make people think that all of the Americans that are going to the Tea Parties that are upset are somehow doing it for a racist reason. That if we're opposing Obama because he don't have a friggin' birth certificate, we're being racist. No, we aren't.
And James has been active in the Tea Party movement. James, do you have any comments here?
Well, if I could explain, one of the things that's been extremely successful is that commanders from each of the states got together and agreed upon one document called the National Militia Standards. And as with any body of people, you have people that say, we like this, we don't like this. But because once we all agreed on just one document, and it's a standard which can be measured progress with, it doesn't matter whether the people sign on and say, yes, this is the schedule that we're going to use to do our training. They can compare it, and they say, this is what most people use. You can do better, or you can do your own. It's up to the individual. But it has created, by having a standard out there, you can actually measure progress. And the quality of the training went up precipitously. It's just amazing how much it improved things by having that central document with which to compare against.
Now,
a standard, a measure.
I think that's an excellent idea, and this is one of the things. We're going to be talking about 2 or 3 different things here. One of these is Liberty Villages. And Liberty Villages is designed to be a charter community. And its purpose is to restore the viability of the basis of every civilization. That's the self-sufficient family farm. And we do it by bringing people there to farms and ranches or neighborhoods. It could be neighborhoods. And having a standard. Here is how the villages operate. And Charles has come up and contributed the idea of a ton, the original form of basic civilization, right?
Yeah,
Tribal. the Liberty Villages are kind of patterned after the American Indians.